Western Dubuque for the past 4 years has been doing a service day that never fails to impact people. This is how service impacted some of the people around you, starting with Elise Wishmeyer. She says, "Right when I was diagnosed with stage 3 brain cancer, my whole world was crushed. My favorite nurse, Caitlin, came in as soon as she heard the news. She gave me some homemade stress balls and a Thai pillow. That Thai pillow made me feel a lot better as I just felt so empty. By making Thai blankets and pillows, that makes a kid who just got treatment, had a procedure, or just got the horrible news of a diagnosis, that makes them feel so much better. It makes them feel at home and safe, and that gives them the confidence that they can with the battle and that they are going to be okay. That is how service helped me and the other kids who are going through similar things feel the comfort of knowing that so many people care and think about them."
I think the biggest thing for me with service learning is just that feeling of giving back and knowing when you either drive by a place or you see a person and you know you helped them. I don't need the pat on the back knowing that I helped them. I know internally the good feeling I have for it. So a couple of examples, when I taught out in Montana, we helped some elderly people install a ramp and we painted their homes. And just when I drove by, that feeling of pride that I had helped them, and when they saw me, we didn't talk about it. There was that feeling there of trust. And I think that building the trust, building the sense of community is something you really can't take away.
So when I was in college, I was actually part of a service organization called Alpha Phi Omega. It was not something that I wanted to do. I had some friends that talked me into it. At the time, I didn't think that service was something that was important or impactful. And I just didn't understand how important it could be for me and for the people that I was affecting. So my friends talked me into being in this service organization. And we spent time in Des Moines area, Cedar Valley, so Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and then in Dubuque doing community service. We did things like painting for battered women's shelters and things like that. And the experience really truly changed me. Even though it wasn't something I volunteered to do, it was something that I found over time made me a better person, and it really had a positive impact on the community as a whole. I think anytime you have the opportunity to do community service, I think that's really important and engaging. In fact, when I applied for a job here at Western Dubuque, they told me one of the biggest things that stood out on my resume was the fact that I was involved in service organizations. So keep that in mind as well.
When I was a junior in high school, I did a service trip during the summer to Otway, Ohio. And I only did it because one of my friends said you should do that, and I didn't give any thought to it whatsoever. And it completely changed the trajectory of my life. Before that time, I was kind of wrapped up in my own thing, and doing service allowed me to see the world in a different way and understand that not everyone's experience is the same as my own. I went back and did that same service trip as a senior, and again, made lifelong friends with the people that were on that trip, gained perspective, saw a different part of the world. In college, I did a few years of service, and then after college, I did a year of service teaching in LA. And all of those things happened because I said yes to service without even thinking about it as a junior, and it has forever changed me and made me a better person. So I really hope that you find something from your service day experience, because for me, it's been very impactful.
When we're laying on our deathbed, you're not going to worry about how much money you had, how much power you had, how much prestige. You're going to see that that was all game, that was all an illusion. The only thing that's going to matter is the impact you had on other people's lives.
We are all on a separate journey. But the beautiful thing about our life here on this earth is at my funeral, they ain't gonna talk about my success. They're gonna talk about who Nick was and how Nick lived and how Nick loved and encouraged.
Success is incredibly important, but even more important than success, it's having an impact. When you were born, you cried while the world rejoiced. Live your life in such a way that when you die, the world cries while you rejoice.